guys, I'm back, and welcome to another video. In today's video, I am so psyched. I'm so excited because in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. This is my legit most anticipated Studio Series figure, and I'm super excited to take a look at it. So, if you don't know, Shockwave is from Transformers Dark of the Moon. He was going to be the antagonist before Sentinel Prime came in. He was amazing in the movie. Like, I can't even get into the details. But we're going to be taking a look at him, so if you guys do enjoy these Studio Series reviews, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll most likely be taking a look at Overload or Topspin next, so if you want to see those figures, then stay tuned. And I'm going to stop talking, let's get into the review. Okay guys, here we are with the Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. Like I said, I am so excited because this was and still is my most anticipated Studio Series so far. So, of course, before we take a look at the figure, we're going to take a detailed look at the packaging. So, as you can see, here we have a CGI model of Shockwave. He is the Studio Series 56. He is a Decepticon. His name is Shockwave from Transformers Dark of the Moon 8+. Transformers Generation. On the side of the box, we have Shockwave with the 56 and the Studio Series again. And he is a leader class. On the side, on top, we have Transformers Dark of the Moon. On the side, we have a larger look at Shockwave with the logo from the backdrop. We'll get into that soon. As you can see here, we have words, things, and barcode. Back of the box. Back of the box shows everything you get in this set. You don't get much, but at the same time, you get more. You get more things than most figures. So you have Shockwave, you have his tank mode, you have Wheelie and Brains. You have the parachute guy, 17 steps, and a bio. There you go. And then you have him with the backdrop. And then you have another Decepticon logo, Battle of Chicago, Shockwave, and Dark of the Moon. And before we get, now that that's done, we can take a nice look at the backdrop. So as you can see, here is the backdrop. And like all Studio Series, you can take Shockwave, and you can put him into there. And I personally think that looks amazing. I never display these figures with their backdrops, so I'll probably just be displaying him like in this pose. So yeah. So that's it for the packaging. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and get into the accessories. So first off, we have Wheelie. And he's got a lot of very nice detail on him. As you can see. So, next up we have Brains. And he's very, very nicely detailed. And finally, you get one of these parachute guys, which I'll show that once we get into the figure, which we will be doing right now. So here is the Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. So yeah, looking into the details of this figure, as you can see, he's got a very, very nice looking head sculpt. You've got that nice red eye. You've got these horn looking things. You got his teeth. You've got this sort of ribcage body. And then taking a look at this big old cannon. This thing is massive. It's got a lot of very, very nice detail. And then looking at the other arm, you have this dagger which is made out of a soft rubber. Not a big fan of that, but I can understand why they did that. So you have this rubber hand, and the details on this arm are very, very impressive. Moving to the legs are definitely the most complex thing in my opinion, because they have a lot of detail on them, but they're also the trickiest to get into. They're one of the trickiest parts to get into vehicle mode. So to the back, these pieces can move. So taking into articulation, you've got a ball joint at the head. You can look up that far, and then you can look down that far if you move this. If you don't, you can look down that far. You have a rotation at the arm. The arm can move out, biceps swivel, bend at the elbow, up and down at the wrist, and you could technically call this individual fingers, but that's just on one piece. Again, dagger is removable. No way swivel for the cannon. You can move. It's got a swivel and a bend. It's got no other articulation. The leg can do a high kick. It can move back that far. It can go ridiculously far. Just like Megatron, you have a beautiful spread, like so. Thigh swivel, bend at the knee. This armor piece can move down, so it covers that up, which I really do like that. You got an up and down, and a crazy pivot, and then a tiny ankle swivel, which most Masterpiece figures actually don't have that, so I'm really impressed that they were able to get that, which it's not a full-on one like most figures, but it's workable. It's workable. So the overall posability on this figure allows him to get into some very, very good poses. So let's go ahead and get into the transformation. For starters, you can perfectly transform this with or without the dagger. I always like to do it without. So come to the arms and untab them. Right here, there's a tab that will go into that slot. You just want to untab that. That will allow you to take the back and flip this down. Flip up the head. Bring these pieces down. And then when you come to the legs, you want to, first of all, you want to get these pieces out of the way, so that allows you to bring the legs so that it looks like this. And then for these pieces, you want to bring them around to it looks like that. And then you want to do the same thing on this side. Like so. There you go. Okay, so now you're gonna bring these legs up, and then you actually want to make sure that the legs are perfectly straight, because this slot, take it and plug it into there, and do the same thing on this side. There you go. Take these pieces and move them up to the head. There you go. So that takes care of the lower part. So let's go and take care of this upper part. Take this piece and bring it down. And then you want to bring this piece down, so that allows you to flip in the arms. Like so. There you go. Okay, and then you want to take... Actually, just realized before we do that... you want to take this and plug it into that little hole right there in between the screws. A little harder to do sometimes, but you'll get it eventually. So yeah, now you can go ahead and flip in the arms, and you have a slot right here that will go into this tab that will solidify the arm, like so. For the cannon, you just want to make sure that this hose is pointing this way, alright, and then just bring it down till it snaps. And then the final parts before we get into the hose and the blade is you have these two tabs which will go into these two slots. There you go. And now we can take the dagger, plug it in, and I always like to move this barrel more up so that the wheels can actually move. But you do what you want to do. There you go. So there you have him in his vehicle mode. So this thing looks amazing. This is a very, very nice looking tank. Although it's nowhere near an actual tank, it's the same thing as Megatron. He doesn't even have an actual humanized tank. So yeah. Getting into the details on this thing, you have the typical face sculpt, which this is an option. There's an option with this head. You can always bring it more down if you really wanted to. You just have to get these pieces out of the way and then bring the head more down. You could do that, but it's your figure, so you can do whatever you want to do. He can roll pretty nice. So yeah. Now looking at the size, here's Wheelie next to Shockwave. Shockwave's a big figure. Compared to Wheelie and Brinks, he's big. Looking at the Soldier, he's still big. So overall, this is an amazing figure. I seriously recommend this to anyone who is a big fan of Dark of the Moon, and if you're a big fan of Shockwave, be sure to get this figure. Now, I got him from Hasbro Pulse, so be sure to go check that out. I'll leave the name in the description if you want to check him out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you later.